Hello jumping family, it is time for another rebounder review and unboxing. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Sydney and I am the founder of Jump&Jacked. At Jump&Jacked, we just want to help you fall in love with your workout using a mini trampoline, also known as Rebounder. We believe that fitness does not have to feel like torture. It can be just a fun dance party, jumping to the beat of the music to your favorite tunes, or again, just jumping on a trampoline, feeling like you're a kid again. As adults, we deserve to have some fun too, so I feel like this is the most fun way to work out, in my personal opinion, and I just love to share the love of it. So today I'm going to unbox, show you how to put together and review this BCAN Rebounder. I'm also so excited to be posting it today because it is time for Black Friday sales. I have tried about 4 of their BCAN Rebounders before, so I can tell you I'm gonna like it. But this is also a great entry-level rebounder. Rebounders can range from the price of $100 all the way to $1,000. This one normally is around $150 to $170 USD, but with Black Friday, this one's gonna be around $125, so it's 30% off, plus I have an extra promo code you can use. So this is the 48 inches. I'm getting into a lot of details, but don't worry, I'll re-explain it at the end. But if you want the prices right away, I'm just going right into it. So the 48 inches is a bigger rebounder, so a little more expensive, but with the Black Friday, it'll be around $125, or you can get the 40 inches, which is a smaller one, and it's gonna be around $105. This is the black colored model, but there's also green models, and those ones are about $5 cheaper. So I'll put the links and everything below so you can check them out. But the reason I'm so excited to do this is because of that Black Friday deal. So if you've been wanting to rebound for a while now is the time to get one because you're gonna get an amazing price. These entry-level rebounders still provide you all the benefits of rebounding. They're a great way to start in, see if you like it, and then after a couple years, you can always upgrade to that $500 plus rebounder. I personally started with one like this. I used it for 2 years, and then a company sent me one, so I know I didn't invest into it, but I got higher quality ones. But I get that not everybody has the same budget, so that's why I'm here to help you find a rebounder for your budget. And with Black Friday, it is very budget friendly. If you're wondering why should I trust your opinion, I have been rebounding since I was 19 years old, and I definitely go into the research and science behind it as well, so I promise I won't leave you hanging. So let's put this beauty together. If you have one already and are looking to assemble it, definitely do it with me. When I first put them together, it's a huge pain, but I know a lot of tricks to help make it easier. One thing about a cheaper rebounder is you do have to put it together. I say it's like IKEA, where you buy your own furniture for cheaper, but you have to assemble it. But once it's done, it's done. I'm so excited because I have the green BCANs, but this is the first time I have the black one, so it's gonna be super aesthetic. So let's open it. Folding rebounders can be a huge pain to fold every time you want to use it. So I personally wouldn't get one thinking that you're going to fold it every single time. But if you're looking to put in your car to travel with it, it's great to have that feature. But folding it every time is a pain because you have to put on the legs or take off the legs, take off the safety pin, fold it, which is a big effort, and then unfold it every time. I really believe you want to make your workout as seamless as possible, so it's easier to just put it up to the side, put it down, and then jump right on it. So let's open up this beauty. I'll unwrap everything, and then I'll take the camera and just show you a close-up of everything you need. This rebounder also has a safety bar. If you haven't purchased one yet and are wondering if you need a safety bar, it's totally up to you. If you're really comfortable with balance, I would say you don't have to worry about it. Not having the safety bar also really helps with storage as well. If you're new to rebounding though and feeling a little nervous, get that safety bar. You can always take it off as well. And a lot of the BCAN rebounders come with it. And again, it's a very affordable price that it's not gonna break the bank. This one here is a circle shape with a U-bar stability bar. So there's also T-bars, but really again, I just say it comes down to preference. One's not better than the other. The other tips I have is a lot of people send me so many questions. Don't overthink it. I know you wanna make sure you get a good rebounder, but don't worry about all the little details. But if you do have any questions, let me know in the comments below, and I'll definitely try to answer all of them as I'm unboxing it as well, because I know the common questions. Like first one I get all the time is what size should I get? This one is the 48 inches, but it also comes in 40 inches. If you have smaller space, your apartment, like you're looking for it for an apartment, you can get the 40 inches. My one thing with the 40 inches is the bounce is just a little more firm. And since you're already getting that entry-level rebounder, it's already more firm. So the 40 inches is just a little more firm. And another thing to keep in mind is weight. If you are heavier, the bounce is softer. And if you're really light, the bounce is gonna be more firm. So if you're like, I would say 115 pounds, it's gonna be a really firm jump for you. But if you're not, then it's something you won't have to worry about. So if you have space, I say opt for that 48 inches. If you don't have space, get the 40 inches, but just be ready for that firm bounce. The other thing is to measure out 48 inches. A lot of people get it and are surprised by how big it is, so just measure it out beforehand. So here's everything laid out. You have the stuff for the stability bar, you have the legs, you have all the tools here, and then you have the rebounder as well as the bungees. So when it's folded, it would look like this. And then you also have all the bungees on, and once the bungees are on, it also makes it a little harder to fold and unfold because it adds that tension. But first thing we're gonna do is unfold this rebounder. So make sure you get it off of a frilly carpet, and I'll show you a trick so that you can do it by yourself. First thing you're gonna do is lie it open, and see here it says open, okay? So I'll show you from the side what it looks like. So you're gonna wanna make sure it's open all the way. You're gonna lift it up, you're gonna put your knee into it, and all you're gonna do is just let gravity do the work. So that was so easy. So that's just a trick to unfold it. To fold it back up, what you'd have to do is really pull it. And again, once the bungees are on, it creates that firmer tension, so it's a little harder to do. Unfolding it is a piece of cake. It's just the folding it back up that I find a little challenging. I also have videos on that if you want to see how hard it looks. And then next thing we're going to do is, you can see there's these black things on all the legs. You can take that off now if you want. And then we will put in the safety keys. So just take these off. You can throw them out, honestly. I don't feel like there's a need to keep them, but it's up to you. The next step is you're gonna need these two locks. So what you're gonna do is open them up and then grab your rebounder. As you can see here, there's gonna be a hole. Okay, so you're gonna put it right through the hole. It should slide right in, but I've had some that are a pain. This one slid in no problem, which is so nice. Sometimes you really have to force it and then you're good to go. So the reason you wanna do this is to make sure when you're jumping, it doesn't fold back up. So go to the opposite side. Put it right in. Yeah, so this one's great. This one went in so easy, and again, I've had some in the past, and if you're struggling, I'm sorry, but what you need is just to get a mallet to like hammer it in, but that one was the easiest I've ever experienced, so yay. Next thing we're gonna wanna do is put on the bungees. So you're gonna wanna lay your trampoline down just like this, so the logo is gonna be facing the floor, and then you're gonna wanna take this so that the bungees come out, and then we're gonna put the bungees on. So this is the hardest part, but to make it easier, you have to use the tool. You don't have to do anything, but I promise you, this will be a game changer, okay? So grab this tool. I'm gonna explain it from afar, and then I'll grab the camera to show you a close-up, but once you understand this, it makes it so much easier. I used to do it without the tool because I'm stubborn, and that makes your fingers hurt like crazy. Okay, so there's already a bungee on here. What you're gonna do is, there's a thick part around the bungee that almost looks like tape. What you're gonna do is put that aligned. Again, I'll show you a close-up of what that looks like, but you're gonna put that aligned with the clip here, okay? And then what you're gonna do is put the bungee under the trampoline. You're gonna take your tool, you're gonna put the thin part facing down, you're gonna put it in between the frame and the bungee, and then what you're gonna do is put the tool over top, so on top of the frame now. You're gonna line up the thick part of the tool with the thick part of this where the bungee goes, and then you're just gonna push and bam. And then the bungee is gonna be twisted, so what you're gonna wanna do is just unravel it with your fingers. The reason you're gonna do that is because if you leave it, I left it in the past when I first did it, it just creates a firmer bounce because the bungees are more tightly wound, so you're gonna wanna undo that. Another thing to keep in mind is if you do a bungee over here, you're gonna wanna go to the other side of the rebounder, then over here, then over here. You're not gonna wanna do one side at a time because then when you go to the other side, it's gonna be so tight and it's gonna make it so much harder, so just keep alternating between sides. So where it holds the bungees, you're gonna put it in, just pull, and then you see how there's this thick part on the bungee there? You're just gonna line it up in between, right there. And then you're gonna put the bungee underneath the rebounder, grab your tool, thin part pointed down, thick part's gonna go in this here. So I'll just pause so you can see what that looks like. Okay, and then you just let gravity do the work, bam. And then as you can see, it's twisted, so you're just gonna wanna untwist it. That's really easy to do. The other thing is, as you can see, there's these strings. So this is just to hold the mat in place. What you're gonna do is just put them on here to go with that bungee. It's gonna spread it out more so it won't flop as you're jumping. Let's do it again. Grab the bungee, put it on here. You're gonna hear a little noise, and then line this up right there. Put the bungee underneath the frame. Put the thin part in between that little pocket there. Okay, so it looks like this. Put the thick part on that, and then bam. You are good to go. Oh, this one got tangled there. And there you go. And then you're just gonna unwind it. Bam, bam, bam. And now go to the other side and repeat, repeat, repeat until all of the bungees are on. I'll move the camera back, we'll do it together, and then we'll move to the next step. So don't forget to go side to side. If you come in contact with one that has the leg, all you're gonna do is put the bungee around the leg. And there you have it. So that's what it's gonna look like when you're done. All the bungees will be on, and you'll have 2 extra bungees. And that's a good thing because over time bungees can tear. That's very normal. It shouldn't happen anytime soon, but after like a lot of use, one can tear. So then now you know how to put on the bungees. You're just gonna take it off and put a new one on. So make sure you don't lose those. But here you have it. This is what it looks like. So again, if you have these parts you haven't dealt with yet and they're hanging out, all you're gonna wanna do is pull them back and put them on there, just like you did with the bungees. And then it looks beautiful and ready to go to the next step. Next thing we're gonna do is put on the legs. So this is really easy as well. I also checked out my video after. I think it took 8 minutes total to put on the bungees. So not bad if you're trying to make like a game out of it. See how fast you can do it. But next step, super simple. All you're gonna do is screw them on. So I have had some times where they don't go on easily, but so far it's going on easily. And then what you wanna do is make sure you just do it as tight as possible, okay? That's very important. And the other thing is after jumping, depends how frequently you jump, but make sure you tighten the legs periodically. If you start to hear noises, first thing I would do is check the legs, make sure they're tight, put them all on, and then we'll move to the next step, which is the safety bar. And then we are good to go, and that is it. So again, perfect timing to buy a Rebounder with that Black Friday deal. If you're interested, click the link in my bio. I'll also put the link up at the top at the end of the video. And make sure you use my promo code too. It gives you a little bit of a discount and it helps me out a lot as well. So use that code. It's Jump&Jacked, so I'll put it on the screen. If you have any assembly questions, let me know. But I would say so far, this is pretty good experience putting it together. And if you don't have that stability bar, you're almost done. Once you have the legs, you flip it over and you jump and you're good to go. And if you're debating the stability bar, remember, if you're not comfortable with balance, a little nervous, get it. You can always take it off and put it aside when you're done. Or if you feel comfortable, then don't worry about it. If you just got the Rebounder and are like, what workouts am I supposed to do? I also have workouts on my channel. I have a beginner playlist. There's some videos where I walk you through if you're just stepping on it for the first time, going over form tips, showing you how to have fun workouts on it. And then if you get comfortable with it, I have lots of dance parties. I have a Mamma Mia beginner dance party workout. You'll see that as soon as you go onto my channel. I also have a Jump&Jacked app, so if you're ready to have access to over 300 trampoline and strength workouts, the app is for you, but I totally get it if you want to start with the free stuff first to see if you like it. But here we have it, it's beautiful. I love the all black. I feel like it's very aesthetic. As you can see, I'm 5'4", this is 48 inches. It's pretty big, but again, I like it. You have that extra space for lateral movement. There you have it. If you're done, congratulations. I hope you enjoy it. And if you're ready to finish off, I really want to jump on it right now, but I'm gonna show some restraint. I'm gonna do the safety bar first, and then I'll jump on it and let you know my honest thoughts. I got a BCAN maybe at least a year ago now, so I know they have tried to make some improvements on their bungee rebounder, so I'm so excited to try it because I already do love their other ones, but I feel like this jump's gonna be even better. So let's put on the stability bar. It's gonna be super easy. I've done this so many times I don't wanna look at the instructions. I promise you I'm showing you the right way to do it. But what we're gonna do is line up the Rebounder so that the BCAN logo is facing forward. I just like that because then it looks more aesthetic. So see this leg in the middle? You're gonna skip this leg and you're gonna pick these 2 legs. So if you're like me, the BCAN is facing straight. You're gonna skip this leg, and that leg we're gonna use. First thing we're gonna do is lift it up, take off the foot. Don't lose this, okay? We're gonna put it right back on. And then what we're gonna do, see how there's a screw hole here? You're gonna want it facing out, and then you're gonna want this facing in. You're gonna put the leg into that, and then you're gonna put that foot right back on so we don't lose it. And then we'll do the same on the other side. Foot off, remember, skip that leg. Put it on, just slide it in there, and then put the leg on. There we go. First step complete. So again, make sure these are facing out. Then we have 3 more pieces to put together. Next thing we're gonna do, the instructions say to put this on first. It's really up to you. So what we're gonna need is a screw there. Normally it clicks for other ones, but for this one, we're gonna need our tools. So you're gonna have 6 of these little ones total. What we're gonna do first is use it here. So once you have that hole aligned, you're just gonna screw it in nice and tight, and then do the same thing on the other side. So you're just gonna put the thin part in here, line up the holes, and then use this to tighten it up. And again, make sure you do it as tight as you possibly can. So there you have it, it's gonna look like this. Again, so you can hear that little jiggle, so just make sure it's tight, tight, tight. You can always tighten it after as well. And then next thing we're gonna do is take these 2 big ones, okay? The best way to do it is to kind of let it slip in at the same time. You don't wanna do one side at a time because then it's gonna be hard to line up the other one. And then it's a good thing we didn't tighten it yet, because now you can just adjust it so that the holes line up, okay? So just adjust it. And then as you can see here, there's many different holes. So this is all about height. So personally, when you're standing on the rebounder, I like to have your arms at about a 90-degree angle. Your arms are just resting nice and comfortably. Your shoulders are down and back. So that's how you pick what height you want. But this is really easy to adjust, because as you can see here, you'll just take this out and move it up and down. And then of course, make sure it's the same on both sides. So line up the holes and then tighten it as much as you can. There you go, other side. So you can also go 1, 2, 3. Make sure it's the same. 1, 2, 3. Line it up. This line, it's really easy so far. Like honestly, again, I put together a lot of, I call these entry-level rebounders when they're lower price. So they're not like top-notch quality, but you're still getting good bang for your buck. But when you do that, again, sometimes it's really hard to put together. There's some like little issues, the frame doesn't fit perfectly, or screwing the legs on is kind of a pain, but everything's been really smooth, so I'm very impressed. Last step is we have these 4 things here. We're gonna use 2 per side. So I like to do this last so that again, you could move that leg to make sure that it's lined up. And then all you're gonna do is put it in and then tighten it as much as you can. It's just gonna push against the leg so that it doesn't move and just has more sturdiness. And that is it, you are done. So again, make sure everything's tight. Go over everything, really put all your force into it, and then we will jump on it. So once you finish this with me, I will jump, let you know my honest thoughts, and you share your honest thoughts in the comments below. I know a lot of people like to hear other people's opinions, so if you've had one, if you're thinking of getting one, if you have a different brand, let us know in the comments below and share your experience. And now it is time for the best part, to jump on it. Awesome. It's so good. It's so sturdy, as you can tell. If I go front and back, side to side, the trampoline is not moving with me. It is more on the firmer side of other rebounders I have, but some people love the firmness. I get my family to come and jump on all my trampolines and let me know their thoughts, and a lot of them say they like the firm ones better, especially my mom, because it's easier to stay to the beat of the music. It's easier to get a hang of the workouts because of that firmness. So it's like thinking of dancing on the floor, and then you're adding a little bit of return. Whereas if you get too much return, you're kind of high up, and then that's where you just have to increase the intensity of the workouts, so it makes the workouts more challenging. It also can be lower impact and everything like that, but as long as the mat still absorbs the shock, it's still providing you that low impact workout. So this one is more firm, but it's still one that I'd recommend unless you're really light. If you're really light, I would go for more of a softer bounce rebounder, but I use my husband as an example all the time. He is a bodybuilder. He is 220 pounds right now. And some rebounders, he almost touches the floor because it's such a soft bounce. Whereas with the BCAN, it's one of his favorites because it is that firmer bounce. So just think of those things when choosing your rebounder, but it is one I'd recommend. It was easy to put together. It's again, a great entry-level rebounder. That price you're paying to experience fun workouts at home, so good, because I get if you're new, you're not gonna be like, here, spend $500 on a rebounder, see if you like it. I get it's a lot more risky, but this is a great one to start with. And again, there is that Black Friday deal. So don't forget to save up to 30% on your rebounder, plus use my discount code. It is Jump&Jacked. You get an extra percentage off, so it's just gonna make it even more enticing. And then I hope you fall in love with your fitness in the new year. I love it when I get a good deal, so I'm so excited to share good deals. But first things first, 48 inches. If you have more space, measure it out first, go for the 48 inches. If you're tight on space, you can do the 40 inches, but remember, it might be even a little more firm. So think of your weight and everything like that if you're okay with that firmer bounce. Safety bar. If you're comfortable with balance, if you feel like you can jump without it, no worries. If you feel more comfortable with it, go for it. Because if you get the 40-inch without the stability bar, I think it's under $100 with the deal and everything. And there's people, I see them all over Instagram using that specific rebounder. So again, it just comes down to preference, how much size you have. Everybody's different. Everybody likes different things. So that's why I just want to make these videos to help educate you, to help you make sure you're not wasting your money. But this one is a good one. Click the link above if you want. Make sure you use that code Jump&Jacked or click the description box below. If you have it, if you have an experience, share in the comments below as well. Let other people know your story, help them make their decision. If you have any questions, let me know. I hope this video helped. And if you get it, happy shopping, happy jumping. Don't forget I have fun workouts, so I can't wait to jump with you. And thank you so much for watching my video. Have the best day.